Hello, 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 and welcome back to Low Energy Videos. It sounds like a bunch of birds. Hello, 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 and welcome back to Low Energy Videos. Boop. Alrighty, so we're going to just quickly do the standard, and then I just want to point out that somebody has been sticking, not me, I wish I was this good, or intelligent, or this sexy, but someone's been strapping Trump's lips to pufferfish. I was going to say puppers. I don't like that word ever since I found out that's what furries use. And not the good furries. I'm not seeing the chat. Chat's been a dick as of late. I don't get it. It pops up. Just doesn't pop up straight away. I've got the TV in the corner though, so I'll be alright. Anyway, enough gibber and jabber. We are literally playing everything. It's currently free on Epic. It seems to be something I'm saying a lot these days. But hey, when you're busy planning the rest of your life, it kind of doesn't leave a lot of money to buy the newest games or the oldest or any. Can't remember the last time I actually spent money on games. Not even kidding. But anyway, we are playing everything. This game belongs to... it just cut out. Fuck you. Okay, this game belongs to no one. Now, I don't know what the purpose of the game is. There's an honest-to-God truth of it. I don't know. Apparently you can alter everything. From what I'm assuming to be the singlest of single cells to... well, something else. Okay, so you rotate here. You do this. Ooh. Okay. Seems when you right click, it seems to this game, from what I've seen, you can it's like a physics engine, but it's a physics a bit like Spore in that respect. Game I would love to get my hands on again, but my copy's gone, of course. There are other ways to do that, but I'd prefer not to. So yeah. Space. Pause. There's no pause. Whoa. Oh, there's my thing down the corner. Oh, they're kind of moving now. They're dancing. Why are they dancing? I have a feeling this is like Azuz or whatever the hell that game is called. Okay, the coloring's changing. If you guys can see it, like there's a couple of lines that are now altering. This is probably the most blind I've ever gone into a game before, and I have gone in blind drunk into games before. So... all I know is... time to time that little circle vanishes. And all these little blinking lights blink. Has a sort of walking simulator vibe to it. Though again... whoa. Some keys do something, but it doesn't seem... well, that's a different color. Meant to do. Is there anything you're actually... whoa, the color... yeah, the circle's changing color now. You notice that? Okay. I'll find the individual dots. Maybe put them inside the ring? Trust me, this game gets complicated. Or at least complex. I don't know if that means complicated. There's no win state. I'm confused and scared. I've been having the worst luck with tutorials as of late, haven't I? First that game from Yahtzee. Yeah. Every time, it looks like every time one of the... Whoa, I'm just going crazy right now. Every time one of the dots goes into the ring, I move. Doesn't seem to be impacting the background much. Maybe this is what happens when you die. This is what happened to your atoms, anyway. That's actually what I could be right now. Could be an atom. Wait, if I'm an atom, shouldn't I be looking... Oh, I'm a particle. I think that's what I am. I think I'm a particle. I'm looking maybe for the right particle to create an atom. You know I'm clutching at straws, but they're not terrible straws. Whoa, welcome back to Low Energy, where we are literally creating energy, as far as I can tell. That's my theory, I'm sticking with it. Okay, so we must use Occam's razor. No, we don't. We must use... Ooh, I want that blue one. Come on! I did minimize it. Maybe I should leave and come back. Okay. Okay, that... Oh! 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 I was right. I was about to cancel the game. Where did this come from? Where did what come from? Whoa, shit, this is getting surreal. If I run across clockwork elves, you'll be in for a hell of an experience. Kinda wish I did something crazy. Got some painkillers, but I don't think they'll kick in by the time the craziness is finished. Whoa. Okay, so something happened while I was away, like when I minimized it. The game doesn't require you to constantly do that, though, does it? Because that would suck balls. It's definitely brighter now. Because you guys can't fucking see it. If I'm looking at the screen right now, and what you're really seeing is like a lot of like mist and a few dots, and that's all I'm seeing. I'm not seeing more of it. X, space. Okay. So all I know how to do is just rotate. All I know, I've been staying perfectly still. It's the universe. Ooh, metaphor. This game won awards, by the way. Awards for sucking. There's no kill streaks. Where are the hot anime girls? Why can't I collect Pokemon? In many ways, this is how that all began. This is the first Pokemon. Pretentious. I love they said that. Even Pokemon are made out of atoms until at least they make an atom Pokemon. They've only made Electrode. It's almost honestly, I'm unsure how to proceed. It feels like I'm missing something obvious or something There's no pause menu or anything. Seems most buttons I press make something happen. Maybe if I hold it down. Like, I broke it before I began it. Okay, I'm going to minimize it one more time. None. Right, I'm going to quit it and start again because... Oh, you are shitting me. Every time I minimize the damn game. Look, I've got a streak now. A little circular thing. What the fuck is this? Okay, I'm kind of hooked. It's like a mystery. My little ball thing is starting to glow slightly now. It's less of a ball, it's more of a rotating gas or something. Hope the whole game isn't like this though. Hope this is just a surreal start and I can actually... That can't be how you play it. You don't have to minimize a game. What is this, fucking Pony Island? You have to basically cancel the game or go into... What's it, Doki Doki Literature Club? You have to go into the thing. Oh, hi. Short post, by the way. Grandar was disappointed. He was going to come on into the chat, catch up, but alas... Alright, I'm going to try it again. Yep. Look! Look! I've gained sentience the second I look away from it. What is this madness? I'm a chunky boy now. I'm a little sperm thing. Is this me? I've become... Motherfucking bear friend. You are bear, black, open animal category. Opened animal category. Thoughtful info added under help. I'm not even doing anything, by the way. Now I am. What the fuck is this new madness? Look, I am now bear. I am bear now. Things, settings, autoplay, help. Maybe we shouldn't go into help until we run out of choices. Because we progressed already by just pure randomness. Things, animal, bear, black. The black bear is a medium-sized bear native to North America. Its continent's smallest, most widely distributed bear species. Black bears are omnivores, with their diets varying, greatly depending, typically live in large forested areas, but they do leave the forest in search for food, sometimes attract human communities, availability of food, world's most common black bear species, marked trees, claws. Okay, so that's just wiki. Make controls? This is the first time an Epic game has ever understood my controls. Let's lower the sound, the music down a little bit. It's pretty, but doesn't need to overwhelm. No, I'm not comfortable yet. Look how he moves! Look how he moves! Woo! I don't think bears figured out how to run yet. There we are. I am bear. I am bear friend. I am bear friend to the very end. Bear friend. Other bear friend, what up? Oh, you're not bear friend. You're baboon friend. Now what's this? Bear confusion. Look! Bunny friends! Aw, I'm gonna eat them. It's incredibly obtuse how to control things. I'm not even sure what this is. Is this a... I think I have to go there. But what is this thing? Can I not interact with it? Oh yeah, I have to go up to that thing. Let's have a look. It's all very Unity made looking. There's nothing wrong with Unity stuff. It's just... It has a sort of Gumby vibe to it. Where's that tree? Was it... I'm not even sure what this is. There we are. That's what I'm after. Well, what's this madness? Hi, human. Fuck you. You just assumed my bear gender. I am an other bear kin. I wish I am a horse. I'm a horse too. Fuck you. I'm a horse. You don't understand my horsey bear pain. Hi, human. You found me. Finally. We've been waiting for such a long time. Great. Notice my thought icon. Your thought icon. Look out for others with this. We're to show you what you're able to do and help you navigate everything. Good luck. Great. Okay, so that's like the tutorial. But what's this little thing over here? Whee! I like the run animation as the sea goes faster. Can I not go up the tree? Okay. There's the X. Whoa, that tree just had a seizure. Good to know. Hey! Harambe friend! Dicks out. Are we not all friends together? It's so hard to get him just to stand up on his legs. That's the zoom. Okay. That's a guy saying ooh ooh. That's a guy saying ook ook. That's not the noise. Dear friend. Ooh. Okay. Mind info added under help. Alright, fuck it, because this will take too long. Descend, ascend. Okay, so you can go up to the trees and hit ascend. Apparently. Can't. Maybe not every tree. Let's try the one that has... Oh, oh, oh. That one has a thing. I'm gonna get you. No, it's not there. Fuck. Okay, let's go up to the tree. Whee! What is the purpose of this game? Who knows? Do I know? Do you know? Does God in heaven know? Can't seem to. Oh. Descend, ascend, remove, add, scale up, transform, flock down, scale down, influence dance, move, view, or 3 sing. No, guess my one doesn't sing, because he's a bear. Bears sing. And I'm judging saying bears can't sing. You come back here. You come back here. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. That's a rock, though. Kind of looks like a potato. No wonder I was drawn to it. Everything sings. Sings how we communicate. Singing helps things find or avoid one another. It depends bonds between the pen separates others. How announce their existence? So sing. Sing all day long. Want to hear what you sound like as well as everyone else. Okay, so now I can sing. This is a lot like Spore, this part here. Wolf friends! No, bear friends. Bear orchestra! Bear orchestra! Bear orchestra! Okay, so I need to unlock these things to be able to use them, so we have to go and find the things like that in order for me to yeah, man. Ape? Is that a snake? I haven't spoke to anyone in weeks. I think my brain is turning on itself. Imagine hearing things, voices, seeing black bears. Yo, what's wrong with black bears, huh? What you got against black bears? None of this is real. It's like a tumbleweed. That's how he moves. Tumble Bear. Oh, that would have been a great YouTube name. Tumble Bear. Hey there, friend. My hat blew off. Have you seen it? No, because you're a rock and you don't have a head. So you don't have a hat. How are you talking to me? This is scary. If this turns out to be either like how we need to respect our environment or this is what happens after you die, I will be so disappointed. As you wander around, you might sometimes feel a bit lost. That's normal and you don't need to worry about it. Lots of things have passed through here and felt the same, but eventually everything fires we're looking for. Oh, great. Thank you, Reed. Look, an X. It marks a spot. Hey, how far back do you think black bears go? Might always feel it, but it took trillions of generations of black bears. This is propaganda! For evolution. Looking around here, a reflection of you from back then. Each with their own dreams, lives, and blah blah blah. As you meet other black bears, you will sometimes feel inseparable from them. This is where you really start, your story really starts and ends. It's up to you. Other black bears are nearby and join them when, by pressing square. Okay, so we're gonna go off. Those are pigs. Piggy. I want to get up there. Ow. Show. Let. Fuck you. Alright, where are the bears? Let's go join a country time bear family jamboree. There we are. Whee! Here we are. Now we're gonna make more black bears, apparently. We're an army. A death army of glory. All hail our berry might. Ah, the tumble bears are coming to the farm. Get into the shelter. We march as bears, as one as bears. The bear army comes for blood. Actually, do we come from blood? Are we actually going to fight anyone or what? Okay, so we basically are now they're not wrong in so far. I mean, everything is being interacted with. But actually, I'm not gonna lie. If I took out like a bunch of shrooms, this would be fucking brilliant right now. Hey, tree friend, how do I get to you? I can't. So we should go over here. Does someone know what that fucking X is? Doesn't say. Maybe that's just where you start, and it's like a base for you. And there's more bears. You're a great bear army. Seeking bear gold. March, march, Bearbowski. Yeah, see I can. Or is it leading us on a merry chase? I found that disconcerting. Where are you leading to us, talking rock? There you are. Yeah, here's my ass. It is jiggling in front of you. I'm giving you an upside-down twerk. Over time, you might find there are no right or wrong paths to take here. Have you not heard of capitalism? This is offensive, commie. As you explore, you might feel the parts of you need to go their own directions, because you can't control everything at once. At least not yet. Try letting go of a few things. Release some black bears nearby. Press or hold 0. Okay. Also need to lose some weight. Why do I have to let go of the other bears now? Okay, so it's just basically showing you that you can pick up bears and drop off bears. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Horse, 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 of course, horse, of course. Look close, you'll find what you're after. Don't get discouraged. Everything is here to help you. Yes, look at them. They're really, really struggling to help me. Imagine this nightmarish reality with no purpose. You'd be like if you were brain dead. Okay, tree. Show me what you got. You're off on a great adventure. There's an image. Oh yeah, he's got one hell of some Morden wood. We should send that to Pitmonk. There's a Morden wood for you. You're off to a great adventure. I wish I could join you. Well then evolve some fucking legs, tree. Maybe one day I'll be able to. You can't. You're a tree. I'm gonna turn you into some cheap lumber. Hey, what do you make of all the small things around here? All the plants and little creatures, are they here for you, or are you here for them? Tumble bears don't need your outdated preconceived notions of morality. Tumble bears need you to like, share, and subscribe to stream for awesome tumble bear attitudes. It's hard to imagine that everyone could be here for each other because you can only see things from black bear perspective, just as I can only see from globe cedar perspective. But if you want, you can always see things from the little things point of view. Ooh, try it. Descend, get close to something small, hold down L2. Fuck you, I'm watching that. Okay. Okay, how do you do this? I think it is, but I don't think... Oh. Oh! Look at that! What did I possess? What am I? Am I still bear friend? You are a grassy clump. Holy shit, I am literally pan every day now. Well, they weren't kidding, were they? A small prominent of tall grass. Not as much detail as the bear. You can send to level below, hold R2. Shrooms! No. Oh my god. Am I shit? Oh my god, I think I'm shit. I'm obsidian. Aww. Okay, I'm kinda seeing what this game's starting to become now. Holy shit. This isn't a terrible experience. This is actually very clever. If you, it's like if you, for example, so let's say you're in your room, you see your bed, you become your bed, you become the pillow on the bed, then you become the fibers in the pillowcase, and you become. But then you can backtrack and you become the window in your room, and then outside your room becomes the fucking street, and the street becomes the planet, and the planet becomes the galaxy, and you get the idea. Obsidian is a naturally occurring volcanic glass form. Let's see how deep this literal rabbit hole goes. We probably can beat rabbit holes. It's produced when felsic lava extrudes from volcanic cools rapidly with a minimal crystal growth. Obsidian is commonly found with margins of rhyolic larva. It looks like larva. It's lava flows, known as obsidian flows, where the chemical composition high in citric content reduces high viscosity. Wow, Jesus, this is all from Wiki, isn't it? And therefore, very sharp edges, which are used in the past to cutting and piercing tools, has been used experimentally as surgical scalping blades. Cool. I can descend further though. Look, I'm a beetle now. How come a beetle is less important than a thing of obsidian? I'm a cowboy beetle. Read about the cowboy beetle. Cowboy beetle is a large Australian beetle. Cowboy beetle grows. Look at the amount of numbers as well. It has yellow-brown colorization in flight, producing a loud buzzing noise, which creates the illusion of large wasp. Also does this when it feels threatened. Cool. Yeah. You could descend a level below. What can I descend to lower than a beetle? Holy shit. Look. Ants. I'm an ant, yo. Oh, look at his little ant dance. This is impressive. It's very simplistic, but it's also very impressive. Now, if there was any sort of like threat or danger, I think that would kind of... Common black ant is found all over Europe and some parts of North America and Asia. Its monogamy means colony has a single queen. Colonies can reach sizes up to around 40,000 workers, but 4,000 to 7,000 is around average. She can't spend all day. She's not some sort of bug queen. Whoa! That pile of shit wants to talk to me. Or did. Doesn't now. Fuck you, shit. You're not the biggest thing. Let's see. That's bigger than me, so I can't use it. So let's go over here. Pinecone! Sup, Pinecone? Oh, I can't talk to him because, Alright, let's go smaller then. What's smaller than an ant? A small ant, maybe? That's true. I still don't know what that thing on the top is. This is a trippy game. Very surreal. No bugs. I like it when it rains here. The soil gets all wet and it's fun to slide around. How can you slide around? You're a fucking blade of grass. There's some shrooms. I think you have to, yeah, I have to figure out how to go a level lower. So what, pray tell, is this madness? Come on. There we go. Hi friend, it looks like you've seen things from little things' point of view. Now I might be wondering what it's like to see things from the other way around. Things from a bigger point of view. All the points of view, which was the right one? Well, there is a right one, but... Okay, I'm now a 4-leaf clover. It's 3-leaf clover. Everything is set to default mode. Oh, I wasn't reading that. If using one button, you may set the enter the mode to easy settings. No, I'm good. Whoa, I don't like the way it's automatically moves like that. You are now a clover. I also don't like the way a plant can move. Let's have a look how much it's going to mention Ireland. Clovers are the plants of genius, cheerful, blue, 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 blue. Geniuses. In the tropics? And look, you can actually set to the favorite one. Okay, let's get bigger. Let's pick something bigger. Okay, I can become a stick. Shrooms. More grass. Or a flower. Yeah, let's pick some shrooms. Oh, that's not a shroom. What the hell am I now? Some sort of weed? You're a rumex. Things, plant, clover, rumex. Can you eat them? Some are nuisance weeds and are sometimes called dockweed. Oh, I knew I recognized them. Some are grown for their edible leaves. Okay. Let's pick. Here. What am I now? A thistle? Let's see if we upgrade to a genius animal. Am I ugly? Be honest with me. No, really, I need to know, feel polite and everything. But I can handle it, I really am. I won't hurt me, just be honest. So am I ugly? I knew it, right? I knew it. Oh, this feels bad. Listen, thanks for being honest with me. Appreciate it. I'm going to have a good cry. See you around. Well, thank you, Nettle. You go and be you, okay? You start loving yourself, Nettle. Urtica doisha, often called common nettles or stinging nettles. Yeah, not all plants sting. The ones around here do. Hypodermic needles. That's right. Can I not become like the butterfly? I want to be the butterfly. No, this is a never-ending afternoon. I can't wait for tomorrow to come. Okay, cool, cute. And ascend to a level above. Can't be the only rough grass who loves the sun. I feel like I am though. Okay. I think it needs more in the sense that it can if it had more in the sense of what the fuck is that? But oh look. They rustle. Toad! I can be a gay frog. Yeah, I think it needs more in the sense of like this is how it sees. Is this educational? Well, kind of, I suppose. I mean, you are learning about shit that you probably wouldn't. Well, I know I have checked out shit for like a lot of animals and plants via this, but usually when I'm completely off my head and have nothing better to do. Barley. You can make alcohol with barley. Tibet was found additional center of domestication. Oh, barley, brittle spikes. Cool. Dirt is the cleanest stuff. Everything knows that. Okay. That can't be a frog. What is there?
I find it a little difficult to say what the subject matter of this seminar is going to be, because
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
fundamental to give it a title.
What happened?
I'm going to talk about what there is. Now, the first thing, though, that we have to do is to get our perspectives.
Is this a game for a cult?
Some background about the basic ideas which influence our everyday common sense, our fundamental notions.
Perfect time to have a cup of tea, I guess.
Ideas of the world which are built into the very nature of the language we use, and of our ideas of logic and of what makes sense altogether. And these basic ideas I call myth, not using the word myth to mean simply something untrue, but to use the word myth in a more powerful sense. A myth is an image in terms of which we try to make sense of the world.
Okay, thank you, ghostly voice of what could have been a philosopher. Hopefully the philosopher didn't turn out to be something along the lines of, say, Hubbard. Jesus, could you imagine if this was a Scientology book? Like, based off of like a Scientology book. Alright, so I'm going to follow this little arrow and see where it leads. I want to upgrade my animal, though. Whoa! Okay. And now a clump of grass. Back to black bear? No. If I can be it. Oh, let's be peacock. Am I peacock? I'm not peacock. Now I'm peacock. Peacock! You are a peacock. Open bird category. Fuck yeah. A peacock is a male of peafowl. Peafowl known for the male piercing calls. Charles Darwin suggests it served to attract females and show features the males evolved sexual selection. Yeah, this is kind of a wouldn't say it's. I suppose it is a bit propagandy. It's propagandy from our point of view of an upside down peacock. Is this some kind of game? What are the rules? Where does it end, dude? Is this a game? Or are we all players? I want to be a... Yeah, downgrade. Monkey! I'm a fucking monkey! Monkey, chunky monkey! Monkey! I'm a monkey! Monkey man! I'm a monkey! Monkey man! Being a monkey as far as I can. Monkey man, monkey man. Oh, I'm sorry, a chimpanzee. Fuck you, monkey. Chimpanzees, some old chimps are one of two. Ape escape. That's the face of the chimp that ripped off that woman's face. Their hair is typically black to blah, 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 blah. They can live up to 30 years. Maybe in distinctive cultures within population. Neat. Alright, let's go over here. Tumbled ape, tumble chimp, tumble chimp. Live one simple rule. The less tree likes you are, the less likely I am to beat you up. Whoa, that chimp's got issues, man. I can become a mushroom at long last, I guess. But only... No, I want to be a mushroom. Let me mushroom. Said I could be anything. There we are. Another recording. Oh boy. Let's be scared. A world that peoples.
You, as a human being, you grow out of this physical universe in just exactly the same way that an apple grows off an apple tree. So let's say the tree which grows apples is a tree which apples, using apple as a verb.
Keep saying
And a
apple.
world in which human beings
Fair enough.
arrive is a world that peoples. And so the existence of people is symptomatic of the kind of universe we live in. Just as hair on a head is symptomatic of what's going on in the organism.
Okay.
But we have been brought up not to feel that we belong in the world.
Jesus. Calm down,
So
buddy.
our popular speech reflects it. We say, I came into this world. You didn't.
Apple.
You came out of it. We say, face facts. We talk about encounters with reality. As if it was a head-on meeting of completely alien agencies. And the average person has the sensation that he is a somewhat that exists inside a bag of skin. The center of consciousness.
Tried human for a while,
Looks
didn't
out
he?
at this thing, and what the hell's it going to do to me? I recognize you. You kind of look like me, and I've seen myself in a mirror, and
Stick.
you look like you might be people.
I'm a smart.
So maybe you're intelligent. Maybe you can love too, and perhaps
I'm
you're
a
all right.
twig.
Some of you are anyway.
Twig
Colour
army,
skin,
twig
have the right
army,
religion,
destroy
whatever it
everything
is,
as the
you're okay,
twig
but there are
army.
people over in Asia, Africa, and they may not really be people. When you want to destroy someone, you always define them as unpeople.
That's true. Salamander. Those are berries. Bit vain sometimes. Think about myself. What else there to think of? A touche. See this? Twig army, twig army, twig army. Fuck twig army. I am now a feather. Feather, feather. You are a black feather. Yay, I'm a monkey again. This is fucking weird, man. This is weird, man. Other black feather. It came from a black bird, of course. Duh. Alright, let's get bigger than ape. Ape escape. Ape escape. Oh, I'm a orangutan. Orangutans don't sound like that, but okay. This is a very peaceful game, and it's very interesting, but it's actually not a good orangutan. I thought that was an ape. Really enjoying the sun this afternoon. Grape ape. I'm gonna grape you, mouth. Huh, I can be Doge? No, I can be tree though. Tree's good, I guess. Here's an that symbol there, as far as I'm aware, is a tutorial. Life mostly involves going out and engaging yourself with others. I beg your pardon, but I'm a closed-in shut-in that only needs anime and forums where I can post horribly racist and sexist comments before shooting myself and everyone else at the opening of a Joker movie. Thank you very much. That's all I need in my life. But I want to show you another way to go. A very beautiful thing you can do is that dancing. Dance, move a pattern not towards anyone particular. Make yourself destination. Enjoy never quite arriving. Dance always takes two. The more the merrier. I think dance is a little different. You try it with different things. Alright, well I'm a tree, so it's perfect to, I don't know about you. So that's a tree dance, is it? Oh, it becomes like a cloud. Tree cloud. Cool. Another scary man recording. Will he talk about more apples? Apples, apples, apples.
We have this hostility to the external world because of the superstition, the myth, the absolutely unfounded theory that you yourself exist only inside your skin. Now, I want to propose another idea altogether. Billions of years ago, you were a big bang.
Yeah, damn right I was.
Now you're a complicated human being. But so we define ourselves as being only that. If you think that you are only inside your skin, you define yourself as one very complicated little curly.
So plants just lump
way
together
out
to
on the
make
edge
an
of that
actual
explosion,
animal.
way out in space and way out in time. And then we cut ourselves off and don't
Maybe the
feel
moon.
that we're still the Big Bang. But you are. Depends how you define yourself.
Depends how I enjoy a Big Bang,
You are
I guess.
actually. If this is the way things started, if there was a Big Bang in the beginning, you're not something that is a result of the Big Bang. You're not something that is a sort of puppet on the end of the process. You are still the process. You are the Big Bang, the original force of the universe coming on as whoever you are. See, when I meet you, I
Whoa.
see not just
Baby bear!
you define yourself as Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. I see every one of you as the primordial energy of the universe coming on at me in this particular way. I know I'm that too. But we've learned to define ourselves as separate from it.
Damn right I have. The bears will conquer all. All hail the bear universe. Bear-verse, bear-verse. This harmony of nature shit. Maybe it's Dawkins. It is, isn't it? Look, I'm a triangle now. Illuminati confirmed. Bear Illuminati. This is... It is. It's like... This is kind of like at the end of a movie when someone's talking to God and God is trying to explain the universe in a way that our little brains would understand. I'm a rock now. I'm a boulder, motherfucker. The boulder just moves. You are rock, huge. Or big. I am large and in charge. And rock. Okay, let's see what... Stone. Rock. A rock so big that nothing ever hurts it except jokes. If this is the birth of a cult, I am not inherently against it. Can I not become the thingamajig? Ooh! I'm a tall tree now. You are a Douglas fir. Maybe a Kirk Douglas fir? Because that'd be kind of I'm okay with this if this really is all there is. Fine by me. Ooh, someone's still got some questions. This is fucking surreal. Imagine doing this on like not psychotropic, you won't be able to understand what the fuck is going on. But psychedelic drugs would be kinda cool. Alright, let's start getting together and doing a little dance of trees. No. There. That's a tree dance, is it? Tree dance, tra la 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 la. Okay, so what's bigger than a tree? Oh, it's so bright up here. Who are you? Another scary man talking about the universe. The rock knows, the trees know, the wind knows. I don't know exactly. All I know is that their air sings and beautiful. I have nothing to do with take it all day, and that's pretty much true, yeah. No such thing as things. Press X to doubt.
What I would call a kind of a basic problem we've got to go through first is to understand that there are no such things as things. That is to say, separate things. That is only a way of talking.
That's true.
And if you can understand
this is quantum physics.
No problems.
He's talking about here.
I once asked a group of high school children, what do you mean by a thing? And first of all, they gave me all sorts of synonyms. They said it's an object, which is simply another word for a thing. It doesn't tell you anything about what you mean by a thing.
I laughed at them for hours.
A very smart girl who was in the group said a thing is a noun. And she was quite right. A noun isn't a part of nature, it's a part of speech. There are no nouns in the physical world.
There's no trees in trees.
There are no separate things in the physical world either. See, the physical world is wiggly. The clouds, mountains, trees, people are all wiggly.
Evan needs to play this game.
And
good time Johnny needs to play this game.
Working at things, they build buildings in straight lines and try and make out that the world isn't really wiggly. But here are we sitting in this room all built on straight lines, but each one of us is as wiggly as all get out.
Damn, this is some deep shit. Can you become a cloud? I've become a cloud! I've become land? Oh my god, I'm literally an island. You are green continent. Landform, green continent. Tree-covered landmass, gateways to endless green landscapes. Holy shit. Look, over tectonic plates, I'm moving. What the fuck is that? Are those clouds? Okay, let's become this one. I am now... What am I now? Ah! Look! I can convince continents to join me. You are rock continent. Holy shit. I am seaweed. Fear my power. I feel a voice inside my head. It speaks all the time, always finding ways of relating each thing to something else. It all makes sense when I say it. It all comes out like music. But not everything understands it. Dude, this is, I wouldn't say quite everything, but it's doing a very good job towards it. Rock continent, green continent, unknown continent. Ooh. You are sand continent. Searching in vain for more continents for it to... How do continents dance? Is that what an earthquake is? Green continent. Rock continent. Can I actually go into... Yeah. No, that's underneath me. I don't need that. You are a hydrella. Sand continent, rock continent, green continent, sand continent. Okay, let's kind of go back into the continent, though. That's what I want to know. What's up with the multicolored stuff as well? Dolphin friend! Dolphin friend, dolphin friend, dolphin friend. I'm Echo the dolphin with scary aliens trying to eat my friends. Yeah, let me go to that, if you'd please. Thank you. Echo the dolphin. Echo the dolphin. That cloud is interesting shit. I'm gonna go to that. If I can touch it. There we are.
Now then,
Yes.
when you want to get control of something that wiggles, it's pretty difficult, isn't it?
Very much so.
You try and pick up a fish in your hands, and the fish is wiggly and it slips out. What do you do to get hold of the fish? You use a net. And so the net is the basic thing we have for getting hold of the wiggly world. A net is something regular.
Baobab tree.
And I can number the holes in a net. So many holes up, so many holes across. And if I can number these holes, I can count exactly where each wiggle is.
Baobab tree.
Of a hole in that net. But in order to do that, I've got to break up the wiggle into bits. And I've got to call this a specific bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle, and this the next bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle. And so these bits are things.
Is Buzz Kennington.
Which I mark out in order to talk about the wiggle,
Yeah.
in order to measure it, and therefore in order to control it. But in nature, in fact, in the
Kinda-
physical world, the wiggle isn't bitted.
Wiggle.
So the world doesn't come thing. You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean. The ocean waves, and the universe peoples. And as the wave, I wave at you and say, you. The world is waving at me with you. And saying, hi, I'm here. But the way we feel and sense our existence, being based on a myth that we are made, that we are parts, that we are things, our consciousness has been influenced so that each one of us does not feel that. We feel we have been hypnotized, literally hypnotized, by social convention into feeling and sensing that we exist only inside our skins, that we are not the original bang, but just something out on the end of it. And therefore we are scared stiff. Because my wave is going to disappear. And I'm going to die. And that would be awful.
Oh shit, he's gonna go existential on me. He's eventually gonna be like, yeah, so, when you die, no, you just stop being. And yeah, kinda. It's kind of important. Thoughts of friction between things, and is this really like coming to terms with mortality? Is this what this game is? Try not to take it too seriously. When the eye is lit up, press X. Okay. Why are the baobabs all dying? Really, I can form another forest. I can't be able. Okay. You there? Tell me you're there. This is getting creepy. This is all about like death and shit now, and more importantly about like how In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. Teach me, Sky, British Daddy. Teach me of your ways. What's this? Ice? You are ice continent. One day the sea will swallow me up, and I won't be heard from ever again. Have this afternoon, though, this moment where it will be both. Yeah, this is. Oh my lack of God. This is literally an existentialist game. Would it be almost nihilistic? Would you say that? I don't know if it would be nihilistic. Okay. Hello? I suppose it was only bound to happen, wasn't it? You are green planet. Open the planet category. An Earth-like planet. You came out of this. Yeah. Well, this is let's go to the sun, or as I call it. Actually, first of all, let's hear Sky Daddy talk about the. Come back here. Teach me of Sky Daddy. Sky Daddy, don't leave me. Don't be like regular Daddy.
You are a fluke. You are a separate event. And you run from the maternity ward to the crematorium, and that's it, baby.
Jesus.
Now, why does anybody think that way?
TJ has nothing on this dude.
It isn't even scientific. It's just a myth. And it's invented by people who wanted to feel a certain way. They want to play a certain game. Camus said there is only really one serious philosophical question, which is whether or not to commit suicide. Should you or not commit suicide? This is a good question. Why go on? And you only go on if the game is worth the candle. Now, the universe has been going on for an incredible long time. And so, really, a satisfactory theory of the universe has to be one that's worth betting on. That's it seems to me, absolutely elementary common sense. If you make a theory of the universe which isn't worth betting on, why bother? Just commit suicide. But if you want to go on playing the game, you've got to have an optimal theory for playing the game.
Jesus Christ, I was not expecting this. I'll take that back. I was a little bit wondering if it would touch on these topics. It's not just talked about them, they're just outright stating it. Bluntly as possible. This is philosophy, the game. I am now the TJ. Fear me. You are the sun. Everything, all systems, greater and smaller orders. Cause of each motion is nowhere to be found. Only the effects, each thing's an expression of one another, and that other an expression of yet more. Ooh, deep. I wonder if we're gonna meet God. Something tells me he doesn't exist in this universe. No other stars. Yeah, I suppose. It's all the only sun from another constellation. I tried human form tomorrow, will be less likely I am capable of great adventure I am. Okay. I suppose that's true. I suppose at this point, if you haven't ascended after reaching sun form, you haven't ascended. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everything you will ever know. We need to find more scary. We need to find more scary Sky Daddy. There's something interesting over here. Lenticular galaxy is a type of galaxy intermediate between elliptical and the spiral galaxy. Possibly evolving, at least in this local part of the universe. Look at this shit. I'm God from Futurama. And what does God get to worry about? You're the only one doing all this. The thief of your free will lives in your imagination. Oh dude, lay off the peyote. This might be one of the strangest games I've ever played. Long before electronic galaxies were around, far back throughout time, all galaxies were the same thing. Something that spread evenly across the galaxy everywhere. Something all galaxies still had here and now. You may find you aren't just a electron galaxy of every galaxy in existence, an expression of this great pattern known as galaxies. Everything secretly knows this, and you know it too. Join with some things of the same category. Switch by flock mode by holding down the left button. Okay, what happened? Did the game crash? Everything is not responding. Oh no, I'm going right back in there. I am going right back in there. No, 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 you don't tease me with divinity and then just back off. What is this? What is this madness? I have broken everything. God's sake, my galaxy was about to go on a midlife crisis. Right? At least I didn't have to start from the very beginning. But in many ways, we have started from the very beginning. Oh, shit. Here we go. You are a lecturer in this galaxy. Right. I guess I have to go and find other galaxies like mine. I want to. This is kind of like the shit the No Man's Sky was trying to make, and that failed spectacularly. But there was stuff to do there. This game is literally just the journey for the journey's sake. You're the water cleaning itself, and the air breathing itself, and the stars shining themselves. Okay, great. I mean, I'm not disagreeing on the most fundamental levels, but I mean, how does that get me hot goth girl chicks? It doesn't. Unless, of course, they're finding this incredibly interesting. In which case, like and subscribe, ladies. Join our Discord. Get in touch with me. Send me nudes. I'll pretend to listen to your music. Oh, there it goes again. Yeah. Something's going wrong here. Team doesn't like the galaxy mode. The fuck? prick. I'll try one more time. You want me to understand the very fabric of the universe, but you keep crashing just when it starts to get beyond the grasp of mortal coil. How the fuck does that work? All, one minute. They didn't think this, yeah, they didn't think this far ahead. But then it shouldn't crash the way it does. That's one reason I'm not comfortable with it. Okay, let's ascend. Let's see what's further than the galaxy. Oh, Jesus. I give you a random episode of Vsauce. So this is what's beyond the perceivable universe. This is the future atheists want. I mean, okay. Seems something like Rick and Morty would kind of spoof on. You are the feedback sphere. Oh, shit, man. Audio. One dimension, feedback sphere. Recursive sphere. Oh my god. Is there anything greater than the feedback sphere? What am I floating in if that's the case? Now this is just entered the magical realm of literal magic. From here on out, it's all fantasy. Or is it? What is fantasy? Ooh! And what, pray tell, is this? I'm a ball. Somewhere out here, we will find the universe. You are a regular sphere. I'm in the universe of a geometric shapes, am I? 1 dimension, 3 dimension. Yeah. A sphere is a perfectly round geometrical object. We've literally entered the dimension. Let's find Pop. I wonder if God's still here. I'm calling him that until I find out who the fuck he is. One plus one equals one. 1 plus 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 1. I suppose what else are you gonna do for all super eternity? Oh man. This is kind of like, yes, you are starting to see. You are seeing all things at long last. Wait, there's nothing higher. There's literally nothing higher. Sky Daddy! Sky Daddy, teach us! What are we seeing? Is this the universe? Sky Daddy? Sky Daddy! No! Sky Daddy! Actually, technically, it's just Daddy now because there's no more sky. Holy shit! We will meet the Clockwork Elves here. This is exactly the shit Joe Rogan always goes on about. This whole game is DMT. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Oh, shit. Outside, 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 outside. Yeah, I already talked to you, buddy. Okay, that's... Whoa, that's a... Whoa, everything's going dark. Why is everything going dark? Netter patter. So this is like the purpose of these sphere universe things. They just are spending all of super duper 110% uber existence just discovering one thing. That seems very counterproductive, but I suppose they don't have to worry about time. I'm a convex stelliad. Yeah, we've just entered the realm of shapes now. This is... Yeah, on, off, on and off, on and off. Can't even see anything now. Feedback sphere. Okay, so I can downgrade to a feedback sphere. That's what our galaxies are. So I'm guessing our galaxies are kind of like working for the feedback sphere. Our planets are working for the galaxies. Our continents are working for the plants and animals. They're working for the atoms. So... We're about to leave all concepts of reality. Farewell, as we kiss the sky. And the spheres work for this thing. Is that a clump of cells? Are they going to do the thing where each atom is its own universe? Yep, there's a bacteria. You are oxygen. There we are. I fucking knew it. I knew they'd do this. It's the cheapest atom. Oxygen. Oxygen is a chemical element with symbol 0. Yeah, we know what oxygen is. Many major classes are organic molecules and contain oxygen. Right. So then we'll grow bigger. And then we'll become like single-celled organisms, and then... So at the very beginning, when we were just that speck of light, that's the only one, as far as I can tell, that had no beginning or end. But I want to find Sky Daddy one more time. We almost had him in the theoretical verse, let's call him that. I can say Sky Daddy again because we're actually in... By the way, this universe would be so much more packed with life. Look at me! Great. I'm gonna look at you. There'd be so many more wiggling things going around. By the way, enjoy your next glass of water. They're full of these things. And they have been all your life. You are a snow particle. Open water category. Water has its own category. Single particle of snow. Can't sing and dance though. Aww. It can! Let's make some snow. Get Christmas started early. I won't be playing this game again, but quite honestly, I don't think I need to. This is free, currently on Epic, and I think it should always be free because it's an experience you only really have to experience once. Which might be intentional, and that's probably why no one cares that it's currently free. And here we are. I'm an ice crystal. Let's listen to Sky Daddy one more time, and then become a gay frog. Or an ice crystal.
If there is any such thing at all as intelligence and love and beauty, well, you found it in other people. In other words, it exists in us as human beings. And as I said, if it is there in us, it is symptomatic of the scheme of things. We are as symptomatic of the scheme of things as the apples are symptomatic of the apple tree or the rose of the rose bush. The earth is not a big rock infested with living organisms, any more than your skeleton is bones infested with cells. The earth is geological, yes, but this geological entity grows people. And our existence on the earth is a symptom of the solar system and its balances, as much as the solar system in turn is a symptom of our galaxy. And our galaxy in its turn is a symptom of the whole company of galaxies. Goodness only knows what that's in.
We found it. I get a lot of what they're going for here. For example, everything dies. If I kept on growing as a family, I'd eventually die off. That could be a reference to resource management and the transition of all things. That everything is on a not just on a biological level, but on a very microscopic, smaller than smaller level. Things are like they're all connected. He's right. There is no barrier between anything at any times. Everything is connected. Anyone listening to this, past and future, if someone listens to this in 1,000 years and understands what I'm saying in some literal microscopic way, I am connected to you on the atomic level. And anyone and everything that lived, to me, is connected there as well. And that's true. Like, that is, we have seen it. We can see it ourselves. Atoms are joined together from things. Sit here and grow all day. I have meetings to get to. Like, I see the logic. I see the rhyme, the reason. I see the moose. I see the moose. I am rock, small. I want to be the moose. I want to be the moose. Ooh, another... It has more to it, apparently. Bears. Can't be bears. I get what they're going for. I just don't think there's much in the way of replayability here. And I don't think it was never ever designed for that, so that's not really a problem. Sky Daddy, Sky Daddy, Sky Daddy. Oh, but this... Oh, let's do this first. Long before rocks were around, far back through time, old stones were the same thing. Something that spread into every stone everywhere. Oh, get it? Get it? Get it? From before, but now it's stones. You can use... I can ascend? Yeah, good. Physics don't matter to me. I am small rock. This is deep. It's also... Aw, Sky Daddy, no. Come back, Sky Daddy. Mammoth. I'll go with Mammoth, sure. There's Sky Daddy. What the fuck? Sky Daddy?
When, as a scientist, you describe the behavior of a living organism, you try to say what a person does. It's the only way in which you can describe what a person is. Describe what they do. Then you find out that in making this description, you cannot confine yourself to what happens inside the skin. In other words, you can't talk about a person walking unless you start describing the floor. Because when I walk, I don't just dangle my legs in empty space. I move in relationship to a room. And so in order to describe what I'm doing when I'm walking, I have to describe the room. I have to describe the territory. So in describing my talking at the moment, I can't describe this just as a thing in itself because I'm talking to you. And so what I'm doing at the moment is not completely described unless your being here is described also. So if that is necessary, if in other words, in order to describe my behavior, I have to describe your behavior and the behavior of the environment, it means that we've really got one system of behavior. That what I am involves what you are.
Possible to die of confusion.
I don't know who I am unless I know who you are. And you don't know who you are unless you know who I am. In other words, we're not separate. We define each other. We're all backs and fronts to each other. We and our environment, and all of us and each other, are interdependent systems. We know who we are in terms of other people. We all lock together. And this is, again and again, the serious scientific description of how things happen. And any good scientist knows that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think there's one outlying race. There's one outlying thing I have not found. I have not found humans. Found planets. Found... Doesn't show any moons separate. That's weird. Oh, let's have a look if there's life on other planets. There should be. You are alien planet. Let's see what alien planet looks like before we go. I have to say, it's keeping my attention, but I don't think it's going to last much longer. But how fantastic are concept of alien worlds, nor as interesting as diverse as our own. That's very true. We are on alien world now. And this is... alien continent. Oh, well, they didn't really think much of... didn't think much in the way of naming this, did they? Let's see what life is on alien continent. What sort of magic. Fuck you, clouds. Okay. So weird looking trees. Standard alien vibe. You are an Arbel. Let's have a look. Things. Plant. I want to be the big black balls. You're an Intalia. Won't let me be the big black balls. Why show me the black balls? I'm the smartest floob in the bunch, can't you tell? I mean, get a load of me. I'm just different out of that special something, don't I, huh? Okay, maybe not. Sky Daddy. Alright, that's my last Sky Daddy, because this will be the last thing I do. Sky Daddy, it's all down to you.
Your skin doesn't separate you from the world. It's a bridge through which the external world flows into you, and you flow into it. Just, for example, as a whirlpool in water, you could say because you have a skin, you have a definite shape, you have a definite form. The whirlpool is a definite form, but no water stays put in it. The whirlpool is something the stream is doing. And exactly the same way, the whole universe is doing each one of us. And I see you today, and
Doing
I
me, huh?
recognize you tomorrow, just as I would recognize a whirlpool in a stream. I'd say, oh yes, I've seen that whirlpool before. It's just near so-and-so's house on the edge of the river, and it's always there. So in the same way, when I meet you tomorrow, I recognize you. You're the same whirlpool you were yesterday. But you're moving. The whole world is moving through you. All the cosmic rays, all the food you're eating, the stream of steaks and milk and eggs and everything is just flowing right through you. When you're wiggling the same way, the world is wiggling, the stream is wiggling you.
Stop wiggling me, I did not give
Problem
consent.
is, you see, we haven't been taught to feel that way. The myths underlying our culture and underlying our common sense have not taught us to feel identical with the universe, but only parts of it, only in it, only confronting it, aliens. And we are, I think, quite urgently in need of coming to feel that we are the eternal universe, each one of us. Otherwise, we're going to go out of our heads.
Too late
We're
for
going to
that.
commit suicide, collectively, courtesy of H-bombs. And, all right, supposing we do, well, that will be that, and it'll be life making experiments on other galaxies. Maybe they'll find a better game.
He paints such a great picture for us, doesn't he? Oh yeah, what fairy tale is this? Not the flock thing, is it? Transform is something you've already been. I've already been doing that for ages. Hold the right button to bring up the transform menu. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. Unless you mean this. No. This. Oh. This. There we are. Okay, so that brings you directly to it. Alright. That saves you time, I suppose. But seeing that we're... I don't know, then we can do something. You excited about them? You excited about them? Ah. Great. I'm glad we had that talk there, Cluster. I'm sure this isn't causing thousands of stars to go loose into endless nothingness. Well, as we've established, I suppose we have already. There. So now we can ascend. And now we're in a little jewel. So what, pray tell, is this going to be called something along the lines of Diamond? I can't believe we've been playing this for well, might as well make it another 19 more minutes just to get it. Just to give you or near around 2 hours. I don't know if I want to play another 20 more minutes. Maybe if I find more Sky Daddy stuff. He's what keeps me going in this. Look, I'm going so fast that speed itself has no meaning. Okay, let's go here. Ooh, that's the sound of a shape. Ding. Oh, more Sky Daddy. Sky Daddy will show the way. Help me understand things like, why does it feel good when I put stuff in my ass? If you can't answer that, his God credentials don't pass. Come on. Sky Daddy, you must teach me. I have already done all of everything twice and I'm still confused.
I wonder if it's ever struck you how curious a thing it is that most of the things that we experience we regard as things that happen to us, which we ourselves do not originate.
Yep.
Which are events.
This is what happens to all the aliens that became gods.
Or activity that is external to ourselves. And if you consider that, you realize that what you mean by yourself is rather narrowly circumscribed.
And the stars are doing a weird little dance.
Even events that go on in our own bodies are put in the category of things that happen to us in the same way as things that go on in the world outside our skins. If there's a thunderstorm or an earthquake, well, it happens to you. You're not responsible for it. But so in the same way, when you have hiccups, you didn't plan on it. If you have belly rumbles, you had
belly rumbles. Aww.
And as to the catastrophic act of getting born, well, you had nothing to do with that. And you can spend all your life blaming your parents for putting you in the situation in which you find yourself. And this way of looking at the world in this sort of passive mood as something that happens to you goes right down to our general feeling about life. It goes down to the way in which we have been accustomed to look at human existence.
God doesn't appear once in this, and I love
that. A precarious event.
Thoughts within thoughts within thoughts within
in a
thoughts.
Cosmos that, on the whole, is depicted as being completely unsympathetic and alien to our existence.
Well, yeah. It never calls, it never writes, it never says, hey, low energy, How you doing? How's the YouTube channel? Your hair grow back yet? Nope, because I've altered the molecules to make sure that can never happen. Why? Because I'm the universe. Fuck you. See, it doesn't even do that. It's fucked with my life. The universe does not care. It does not care because it's too busy being a tree and a plant and everything and everything and everything and everything and everything. And at that point, if everything is everything is everything is everything, what's nothing? F in the chat. F in the chat. This is one of the stranger experiences I've... Well, no, it actually isn't. It's in many respects very rudimentary. Elementary, my dear Watson. So we're now back in the 1D plane. I suppose back when we were the little dot, we were, I guess I have to go to, I suppose back when we were the little dots, that was just the birth of consciousness. And this is the abstract form of something. Here we are. Now a collection of what you would call it. And the cycle has been completed twice. You see, one thing I think it's going for, it's not the destination, it's the journey. You know, don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling, that sort of thing. Alright, let's go be an atom. Huh. Keeping your friends and I don't know what is flowing inside and goes by again as possible this moment. Time will tell. I mean, get right, because that's something that made a lot of sense. But now look, I can go back being the eternal reality of the eternal reality. This time I'm a trapezoid. That's not a trapezoid, that's a... Whoa, I'm inside Tron universe. I'm in a regular nesting structure. Open the 3D category. Cool.
If you're reared with a 20th century, or shall we say an early 20th century common sense, which is based on the philosophy of science of the 19th century, you regard yourself as an accident, a biological accident.
This is where vaporware comes from, by the way.
Which is mechanical, but has no feelings. A vast, pointless gyration of radioactive rocks and gas in which you happen to occur. Of course, if you don't have that point of view and you are more traditional, you look upon yourself as a child of God.
Oh, he's talking about God.
And therefore under authority. In other words, there's a big boss on top of all this.
Yep.
And you better watch your P's and Q's, because that Almighty is looking after you with the attitude of this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. And when you look at the world in that image, or in the other image that it's a stupid mechanism, either point of view you take, you don't really belong.
True.
You're not really part of all this. Or to put it in the strongest possible way, it is quite alien to our thought that the external world, which is defined as something that happens to you, and your body itself as something that you got caught up with, it is quite alien to consider all that as you yourself. Because you see, we have such a myopic view of what oneself is.
Damn. You taking this all in, folks? There's going to be a quiz at the end of this. And I might need to steal from you. Never, always, never, always. Oh. Sure up us. A certain someone, next time they partake of shrooms, needs to see this. Because if they were having sort of existential experiences beyond themselves, imagine playing this. My next game will be called Slap That Ass, a 5-part epic about slapping asses. I actually wish that was the case. We can't let people think we're too highbrow. Ascend. Okay, we are once again a single-celled, not single cell, an atom. You are sulfur. Cool. So what's this then? Yeah, this is like exactly like I'm a parasitium. About time we got to the parasitium stage. I bypassed this normally. Next came NASCAR, yeah. Oh, but we should try to superimpose what this dude is Sky Daddy is saying over the NASCAR. So every time there's like a crash, it should just start going, but you, of course, are not really any different from the waves. Oh. Ew, the parasitium sounds icky. You are unknown. Unknown particle? What? A ball of stuff undeserving of classification. I call bullshit. Look at this, by the way. I've only gotten 3% of what you're meant of all the things you could find. Imagine a completionist in this game. Imagine how long that would take. And to what end? Exactly! Fucking exactly! Nothing! That was actually really creepy. This is a... Oh! Yes! Haven't been happy since we found... Haven't been as happy as this since we found Bear Friend. Water bear! Sky Daddy! Of course Sky Daddy comes out for the water bear, because everyone loves the water bear. Water bear.
Now, we come here to an extremely important principle, which is the different points of view you get when you change your level of magnification. That is to say, you can look at something with a microscope and see it a certain way. You can look at it with the naked eye and see it in a certain way. You look at it with a telescope and you see it in another way. Now, which level of magnification is the correct one? Well, obviously, they're all correct. They're just different points of view. When we examine our bloodstreams under a microscope, we see there's one hell of a fight going on. All sorts of microorganisms are chewing each other up. And if we got overly fascinated with our view of our own bloodstreams in the microscope, we should start taking sides, which would be fatal, because the health of our organism depends on the continuance of this battle. What is, in other words, conflict at one level of magnification is harmony at a higher level. Now, could it possibly be, therefore, that we, with all our problems,
Dancing water bears.
sicknesses,
Just like the game started.
wars,
Dancing bears,
and everything that goes
dancing
on,
water bears.
are a state of conflict, which can be seen in a larger perspective as a situation of harmony?
Are we not blessed? Hashtag blessed. We are Tardigrade blessed. And we return to our regularly scheduled programming. Are we even on Earth? They're colored crystals. Oh, you shouldn't call them colored. We're on an alien planet because they're sky balls that we can't use. Life sucks. You're an expunger. I want sky balls. You're a Honud. You're a Carsonin. Alright. I think we've done it. I think we've kind of gotten the gist of it. I am fascinated to hear more about Sky Daddy. Short Bus, as you've been the only person in the chat right now, you get the honor. Should we look for more of Sky Daddy's stuff and just see how far this rabbit hole goes? Or, I feel very sad today. I've honestly been sad all week. All the other stones won't play with me and I don't know why. Give me a weird colored crystal and kick me around. Will you be my friend? Fuck no, kid. You're on your own. I'm busy getting laid. Yeah, shall we end it or shall we keep on going? Because at this point, what wonders we find? I don't know. It's smart. It's gonna go right. No, I think I'll wrap it up here. Fascinating game, but it's not really designed. Look, this will be our last Sky Daddy. No, wait, I have to talk to the black balls first, just to see what the fuck the balls want. What are you, balls? Tell me. Do you mock me for hurting your kid in Destiny all those years ago? Oh, fuck you. Sky Daddy it is. Sky Daddy? No! You did it again! Even you don't want to stay in this universe anymore. Oh, well, never mind. I overreacted. I just can't be without you, Sky Daddy.
And you can say, aha, at last I see, I got the point. I've seen how all this makes sense. But what this insight depended upon was your overcoming the illusion that space separates things. That is to say, the space, the interval between your body and mine, the interval created by birth at one end and death at the other.
I'm
And
afloat.
then after somebody's death, then somebody else's birth. These are events with intervals between them. And normally we regard these intervals in time and these intervals in space as having no importance, no function. We tend to see the universe itself as really consisting in all the stars and galaxies. That's what it is. That's what we notice. But the space in which all this happens is sort of written off as something that isn't really there. But what one has to realize is that the space is an essential function of the things in the space. After all, you can't have separate stars unless there is a space around. Eliminate the space and you will see you couldn't have this phenomenon at all. And vice versa.
We must declare war on space.
It wouldn't be there in any sense whatsoever if there weren't the bodies in it. So the bodies in the space and the space are two aspects of a single continuum. They're related together in exactly the same way as a back and a front. And you just don't get one without the other.
There's still a tutorial? Even now? What more can you teach me, game? I'm about to end you. Hi, human. I was wondering where you'd got to. By now you've been able to see a lot out there, but not everything. When you first arrived here, you were just a golden object in front of you. Remember it? I remember it. I feel distance now, but it's still there. This is a gate made by things who weren't able to see how you see. Many things enter it, but weren't able to come out. Back out, so we kept it locked. I'm going to open it for you now, but it's up to you if you want to enter. Good luck, and take care. Oh, shit. I can now descend to the Golden Gate. Well, alright then, I guess we're going to keep playing, because we're about to end. I mean, so long as I don't actually have to go back to that exact same world. Does that even exist at this point? Alright, I think I have to go back to Green World. You are from there. Yeah. So, let's find ourselves a Green World. Space Force! It's another alien world. Oh wait, I can save time. I'll just go to, I'll go back being Brown Bear. Animal. Bear back. Oh dear. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Space Bear! Space Bear! Space Bear! How did he get there? How did he get there? Space Bear! Space Bear! He can't be flying through the air, 'cause that ain't there. 'Cause he's Space Bear. That's all Sky Daddy. Alright, we have to find the big X. The only way to do that is to, You see, this is the ultimate metaphor. There's no air in space, as the song pointed out, so he can't be singing. 0 out of 10, not to mention his own gravity would crush him. Never in my life have I been so offended and outraged at a video game. Space Daddy? Is this a metaphor? Is this a metaphor, Daddy?
So the moment you see that intervals, that space is connective, you can understand at once how you are not just to be exclusively defined as a flash of consciousness that occurs between two eternal darknesses.
Creepy.
That you consider that in the darkness that comes before your birth,
In the grim darkness before the far
there was
future,
no you, and in the eternal darkness that follows your death,
there is
there
only
is
war.
likewise no you.
I know, it's terrifying. Can we find a way around it?
I'm going to discuss these matters not by appealing to any special spooky knowledge, as if I had been traveling on the higher planes and knew all my previous incarnations, and therefore could tell you authoritatively that you are much more than this individuality. I'm going to do it on a basis of complete common sense, that everybody has access to the facts.
Okay. I have to find our planet, but this looks like an alien planet. Wait a minute. Why do I have to find that planet? I can just I can just evolve. Ah. Where's planets? Planet. Yeah, but I want to browse. Green planet. See? Use your planet brain. Descend. Ruins! What the fuck? That means sentient life. You are ancient ruins. Building categories? There's a building category. Ancient ruins are the remains of humans. Architecture. Structures that were once complete. Still by the fallen state of partial complete disrepair due to lack of maintenance, due to natural disaster, war, depopulation. Yeah, okay, I know what ruins are, but I didn't realise that you could actually see something that was man-made in this game. Now, what new madness is this? Is it like molten? Doesn't say what I am. Fuck no. Hold on. Okay, so you can, kelp large, great. City continent. So all this time I could have been as a person. Shit. So let's descend onto the city continent. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. That's when you think this game is done. They weren't lying. You can be everything. I mean, alright, it's not technically everything, but it's the gist of it. Look, everyone, I'm playing Bus Simulator again. Isn't that fun? They're all sad and Russian. But if these are cities, then where's the people? Is that a taco truck? Oh man, this is fucking weird. After everything we've gone through, it just keeps throwing out new ideas. I mean, not new ideas, but Sky Daddy, don't care. Must listen to Sky Daddy.
Life is a pattern of immense complexity. And what you call yourself as a living organism, say, I am
I'm
my
a
own
building
body
now.
at the very least.
Okay.
Now, what is that body? That body is recognizable, and I recognize my friends when I meet them again.
I'm an
You
industrial
recognize me.
building.
Although the last time any of you saw me, I was absolutely something entirely different from what I am now. Just as the flame of a candle is never a constant. The flame of a candle is a stream of hot gas. Only you say the flame of the candle as if it were a constant.
Green con.
Well, it is a recognizably constant pattern. But in exactly the same way, we are all constant patterns. And that's all we are. The only thing constant about us at all is the doing rather than the being. It's the way we behave, the way we dance. Only there's no we that dances. There's just the dancing. There is no thing that whirlpools. There is the whirlpool. And in the same way,
I'm a
each one of
roundhouse.
us is a very, very delightfully complex undulation of the energy of the whole universe.
There's the bears. There's bear. Go back to a bear. Come on. This is fucking weird. Random stones. Those aren't bear. Be a bear now, though. I can't. You're a monolith. Cool. Animal. Okay, I'm a Tardigar. Great. So I can degrade into the Golden Gate. Does that mean literally, by the way? Okay. I don't get it. Like, this is the final... This is the final thing. I need to find the gate to leave, but... How? Oh, that makes sense. Open the mind by pressing the touchpad. Damn, they put so much effort into this thing. Okay. Right, so let's... I don't want to end right now. It looks like we're right at the end. so I'm cute at least. You're an orca, right? Right, now they're medieval. This is... was already a large rock. I shouldn't have... At least I'm still finding more Sky Daddy, but I mean... oh shit. I don't like the way Sky Daddy vanishes sometimes. Reminds me too much of Real Daddy. Right, so this is a bit now frustrating because you have nothing more to lose. It seems now what's happening here is every time I go back to this particular planet, it's a different point in history. And I need to get to this. I need to descend. You are old church. Great. Goat. You are a goat. Right. I'm a... aww. A salamander gecko. Alright. Like, I thought I had it at first, the way it kind of lets you ascend and descend at will, but there's even different types of twigs. I mean, come on. I'm a leek now, am I? Food? Like, I just want to get smaller. Can I not do that anymore, or what? Get bigger? Alright, I guess. I can get bigger. Cloud? Cool. No, it should be called nothing. It's not even a blank screen, it's just you download it and then everything stops. By the way, look, I realize as you go faster, look at that, everything becomes stretched. It's just I don't know how to my spheroid structure. I don't know how to get back to the very first thing in the very first place I went to. I don't think that even exists anymore. No wonder that damn tree thing said good luck.
Life is.
Okay. It's clearly also is clearly designed to be played as VR. So here's all the Skydaddy stuff. As you can see, there's at least Alan Watts. Alan Watts. There. Now, if we ever want to seminar recording in 1969. Okay. So Alan Watts is. Let's check. Alan Watts. Guessing a philosopher. Oh wow, he looks like the boss from Portal 2, but he's got like beads all over him. Alan Wilson Watts, born 1915, died 1973, was a British philosopher who interpreted and popularized Eastern philosophy for Western audience. Born in Chelsea, North England, the United States, Zen training. I knew he was a hippie. Watts gained a following in San Francisco. Yeah, way of Zen, Buddhism, things like that. Yeah. Apparently this dude, for all the shit he's been spouting, he's been very controversial in the Zen Buddhist community. He says they got some fundamental things wrong, and of course he could easily just respond by saying that you're not the Pope because Zen Buddhism doesn't have a Pope. So, Springs have been sad today, to be honest. Ever lived through something the warmest springs I've seen all week. Other geometric structures won't what? Okay. I guess I could, with this Eastern philosophy slant thing, kind of makes sense, but it looks like he's trying to do his own separate thing altogether, just being inspired by things. It's an interesting way of looking at it. I didn't disagree with anything he says. My major problem with stuff like this is that it's kind of, the saying, missing the forest through the trees. Well, let's be honest here. The trees are far more important in this case. Oh, don't get me wrong. if you can somehow unlock these almighty energies to better serve you in your day-to-day, that'd be fantastic. But you can't. You can't just pop in and out of existence. You can't alter people's opinions just by snapping your fingers. You have to work within preconceived structures and accept the fact that you're always going to be at the whims of them. There's very little you can influence. But saying that, the stuff you can influence is very important. Is more important than this in the fundamentals. It matters more to your internal universe that you pay your bills on time with enough money left over to put aside to something that you want than it ever will that you can unlock reality enough to become a dog. Because there's been no proof that you can do that.
Because life is basically a game of hide and seek. Because life is pulsation. On and off. Here it is, and now it isn't.
It's too abstract.
And by being this pulsation,
to be useful.
We know it's there.
It's an interesting mind exercise, but
now,
it doesn't
from
go
those
anywhere.
very tiny fast rhythms, which give us the impression of continuity, there are also in this universe immensely slow rhythms. And these are very difficult for us to keep track of. And they impress us and depress us as our own life and death, as our coming and going, which goes for what is to us such a slow pace that we can't possibly believe that it is really a rhythm. We think of it as our birth, as something quite unique that could never occur again because we're so close to it, you see, and it's moving so slowly.
You see, I'm impressed that someone could visualize all this. I'm just waiting to see how I could implement this in my day-to-day life. Other than, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. I mean, if you were to spend all day, every day, sitting down to figure out why is a drop of water, you know, you wouldn't feed yourself, you wouldn't breathe, you'd just die. And you wouldn't be anywhere closer to understanding. It's the same with all religion, it's the same with all things, same with spiritualism and like the occults and all that shit. It's not grounded, it's not real. This game stops being real the moment you go past the stars. Because now all we have is these abstract images and shapes designed to look cool and different. Well, I know what a star is. There's one above me right now, rising. And I see them every night, except if it's raining. I'd much more be interested to learn about how a way to stop the rain than I would be to know what it feels like to be a sun, because a sun doesn't have nerve endings. So it would just be, what? Warm? It wouldn't be conscious. If things were conscious, we'd be terrible in making tools, because every bit of rock would scream out in agony as we mutate it. That's what I'm saying, like, if I ever find out that animals can be like uplifted and shit like that, of course I'm gonna go vegan. But what about plants? What about minerals? What about water?
The process of growth, the basic process of biology, is one in which lower orders are always being superseded by higher orders. But the lower order can never figure out, or only very rarely figure out, what the higher order is that's taking over. And may see it as a terrible threat, as total disaster, as the very end, but can never be aware that the principle of growth always has and always will continue. Because that's what's going on. But you never know what the next step is going to be. Because if you did know, you wouldn't take it. Because it would already be past. Do you understand this? That any certainly known future is an event of which we can say, you've had it. And in that sense, it's past. When we play a game, the outcome of the game becomes certain. We at that point cancel the game and begin a new one. Because the whole zest of the thing, which takes me back to the idea that this whole thing is a hide-and-seek game, is that you don't know what the next order coming up is.
It's almost like a dead man just tried to put me in my place, but no. Not really. This is real. This is a real thing I am right now. But what is real? That's really what he's doing. He's like just going, what is this? What is that? You don't know. So why are you asking unless you have a way of finding out? You have to use the tools available to us. Otherwise, this is just fantasy. And I can think of a lot more cooler fantasies. If it sounds like I'm angry at the dude, I'm not angry at a recording of a dead man when I'm pretending to be a piece of chipped wood. Which is a hell of a statement. I'm just saying that a lot of people will point to thoughts like this and go like, oh, you're still... like Take Good Time Johnny. The stuff he talks about can be fascinating, but at the core of it, they're pointless. Absolutely pointless. And as interesting as it is, it doesn't give me answers to my world, other than to give up my world. Almost if I think the world is worth keeping on. You're like telling the tree, the plant, that it can... If it just grew eyes, it would be able to watch movies, you know? That's true, but does the plant need to watch movies? No. We don't need to watch movies, but that's because our minds have created something called want. Not just need, but want. This is all like surreal as fuck, but I think I'm too grounded take the higher ends. I did philosophy for... Ooh, I'm a virus. Look at this shit. Cool. Yeah, I'm a bacteriophage. That's an animal? Really? Put disgusting things. Ugh. Some of you could even argue these things aren't alive. They are alive. They're one of the weird cases. There's a great video from Vsauce called, I think it's like How Small Can Things Get? And it gets really, really abstract. But the thing is that it's all done via mathematics and... what else? Things that can be tangible, like things you can actually hold, or observe, or interact with. And eventually there comes a limit, as far as we can tell. And it's the stuff that's beyond that limit that I find fascinating, because in theory, we can reach it. And that's why I don't hate stuff like this, because he's saying the same thing. He's just going at it in a different way. And now I'm starting to sound like him, because for fuck's sake, this is getting abstract and strange. So, one more Sky Daddy. I promise this is the last one, or is it the first?
We have this rather myopic way of looking at things. And we screen out from attention anything that is not immediately important to a scanning system based on sensing danger.
He's literally responding to what I was saying. That's creepy.
You, as a complete individual, are much more than the scanning system. You are in relationships with the external world that, on the whole, are incredibly harmonious. The energies of life in the form of temperature, light, air, and food, and so on, are streaming through you all at this moment in the most magnificently harmonious way. When anything is constant, it says, okay, that's safe, it's in the bag, needn't pay attention to that anymore. And therefore, we eliminate systematically from our awareness all the gorgeous things that are going on all the time, and instead only become focused on the things, the troublesome things that might happen to upset it. Which is all right, but we make too much of it. We make so much of it that we identify our very selves, I, ego, with the radar, with the troubleshooter. And that's only a tiny fragment of one's total being.
Well, I guess he showed me, huh, folks? And because I deeply respect this dude for just, trying, I'm not going to try to rebuke him. Besides which, he's dead. So right now, he's a part of you and me and everyone else, and that guy or girl or anything in the future. Maybe a tree or a bear, a tumble bear in the future that listens to this. He's a part of you too. Alan Watts, everyone. Which, I don't know how many people will end up watching this one. It's been a bit quiet today. Or perhaps it has been too much. No, it's, this game is strange. Also, don't forget this game is also free on Epic right now. But this game is it is literally everything, or trying to be. And it fails at that, because it's inside a box of pre-programmed limitations by creatures that in and of themselves are pre-programmed. And you see what I'm doing here. Save and exit, yeah, I don't know if I'll ever come back to it, but I might as well save whatever progress I have. What? No. Alright, and I'll close it the old-fashioned way. Back to reality. I mean, that's reality, but it's not... It's whatever. Oh, that is a set of Trump's lips on a puffer fish. And that is everything. I am actually really glad I played that game. It was, with the exception of those times the games crashed on me. That was pretty cool, pretty interesting. I don't think I'm going to come back to it, but Alan Watts is the name of that philosopher, Zen Buddhist, former Christian dean at one point, an Anglican. Wow, cool. So I suppose he had a good, in all fairness, he had a good foot in one type of world and the other. Um, but at the end of the day, it was an interesting take, and it's an interesting gimmick as well. The game itself, it's been done before, but it's never been done to that scale. And in all fairness, there's a lot packed into it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad way of spending 2 hours and 41 minutes and counting. But I'm procrastinating now, so I'm gonna head off. I don't know the next time I will be streaming. Probably tomorrow, but you might get another one today because it's 7:30 in the morning. So I've got plenty of time to grab a few hours sleep and give you something else. I promise it'll be a little bit more, how to put this, less Clockwork Elves, more drunken brawl behind a chipper at 4 o'clock in the morning. So a little bit more punchy, kicky. Solid objects are indeed not separate, are separate from you until you slam someone's head in. Perhaps while wearing a Batman cape. But anyway, I want to give a big shout out to Short Bus for being the only person who may end up knowing the entire story of Sky Daddy and Bear Friend. But anyone could be watching this in the future, and if you liked it, do give it a thumbs up. Do share it, though, with a big caveat on this one. Especially if you know someone who's about to do a colossal bong rip and doesn't know what to watch for about 3 hours. Just send them my way. This game is currently free on Epic, and probably will be for the rest of the month. So check it out, along with Metro. I didn't bother to download Metro because I already have Metro. If you liked what I said, like I said before, liked it, subscribe, share it, pop down in the comments section and tell me what you think about Mr. Watts and his theories on reality. While you're down there, check out our Discord. Links to PayPal, links to Streamlabs, links to links, and links go into links, an eternity of links all linked together by links. As one links go into the other. Huge amount of links. Oh, God, I wish I had some coffee right now. I need a head cleanse. Tea isn't cutting it. Okay, I'm out of here. See ya. Bye.